Welcome. Based on the book Conquer the Chaos by Clate Mask, this presentation serves as an overview of the book's content and the 6 keys to balanced growth in your business and life. The book's author, Clate Mask, is the founder of Keep, formerly Infusionsoft, where he grew the company from a struggling startup to a 9-figure market leader. Mask's mission to serve business owners is embodied in the actionable and time-tested principles throughout the book, which we're going to dive into now. This is about moving from being overwhelmed to being in control. We're going to cover Conquer the Chaos, a masterclass in achieving balanced growth in your business and personal life. Let's start with part one, the problem. Why does it feel so hard right now? Well, we're in an entrepreneurial revolution, driven by a loss of corporate security, the power of the internet, and the promise of a better life. Record numbers of people are starting businesses. But this revolution brings a hidden challenge. That challenge is chaos. It feels like a treadmill. You start running to get fit, but the speed increases and the incline rises until you're sprinting just to stay in place. You're fighting fires, you're wearing every hat, and you're drowning in disconnected tech. This takes a toll. Physically, you're tired. Mentally, you're anxious. Socially, your family misses you. And internally, ego and ADHD traits often work against you, preventing focus and vulnerability. So, how do we fix it? Well, part two is about the quest, redefining what we're actually chasing. Most stop at money and time, but true success goes higher to control, impact, and ultimately freedom. We need to climb this entire ladder. Our definition of success is balanced growth, winning in business without losing in life. Now, we also need to recognize that growth isn't a straight line. It's a staircase of 6 stages, each requiring different people, processes, and products. Now, for the solution, this is part three, the 6 keys to success. Key one is mindset. Chaos is mental. We conquer it with habits, a morning routine to cleanse thoughts, gratitude to kill fear, and associating with optimists. We also need disciplined optimism, the Stockdale paradox. We must have undying faith. We will prevail while confronting the brutal facts, and we must build our emotional capital daily. And key two is vision. It's not just a business plan, it's a life vision. It has 5 parts: identity, purpose, values, mission, and goals. And it must be holistic. We set goals in 5 areas: physical, spiritual, social, business, and financial. If one bucket leaks, they all drain. Now, key 3 is rhythm. Chaos throws us off. Rhythm brings us back. It relies on 3 habits: wake up early, plan your week, and take a quarterly retreat. This connects the daily to the annual. We use daily doses for small wins, weekly winning planning sessions, and SMART goals to ensure we're moving forward. Now, key 4 is strategy. For the company, we align on PVM, purpose, values, and mission. This is our North Star. For the customer strategy, we build a life cycle. We collect leads, convert clients, and create fans, otherwise known as market, sell, and grow. It's a system, not random acts of marketing. The secret sauce here is follow-up. 81% of sales happen after the 5th contact. We must automate this repetition and variety to harvest relationships. Now, key 5 is automation. This is how you stop trading hours for dollars. It allows you to scale consistency and save time. We apply this to the life cycle. We automate lead gen delivery, long-term nurture sequences, and new client welcome experiences. Key 6 is leadership. To scale, you must think like a CEO. Your job is to set the vision, build the team, and get resources. Stop doing the work. Start leading the work. The golden rule of culture is hire, coach, and fire to your values. Skills can be taught. Cultural fit cannot. Finally, we arrive at part 4, execution mastery. For those of you in stages 3 through 5 in your business, this is where the game is won or lost. It's about systems, accountability, and scaling up. At this stage, your problem isn't strategy. It's the execution gap. You have the goals, but the whirlwind, the daily urgent tasks, eats your time alive. To cross this gap, we must stop relying on heroic effort and start installing a cadence of accountability. You can't scale if you are the bottleneck. We have to move from founder genius to a company playbook. The rule is simple. If it isn't written down, it doesn't exist. Record your tasks, have your team document them into SOPs, and then verify them. We're building a machine that runs without you. As you grow, you lose touch with the front lines. You can no longer run the business on gut feel. You need a weekly scoreboard. We need to track leading indicators, the activities that predict the future, like leads and appointments, not just lagging indicators like revenue. And every number must have one owner. This requires a pivot in your leadership style. You must evolve from a manager who maintains the status quo to a leader who sets the vision, and finally to a coach. A coach focuses on unlocking potential. You stop delegating tasks and saying, do this. You start delegating outcomes. Achieve this. Now be warned, implementation is hard. Every new initiative hits the valley of despair, where it feels harder than you thought. This is the dip. This is where the ego traps. Timidity, resignation, and pride all try to convince you to quit. Recognize this cycle so you can push through to the other side. You don't have to navigate this dip alone. For leaders at your stage, the path forward isn't about working harder. It's about building the infrastructure for freedom. Schedule a strategy call with me to see how I help business owners like you get out of the everyday chaos of running a business so you can focus on what really matters.